So we're up at the
entertainment barn.
Play barn, yeah, any of those.
Games barn.
And Barbara has just raked out 225 square metres of gravel to cover the floor of the barn. So let's step back a bit, I'll give you an idea of actually how big it is. It's massive. So at the back of the barn we're going to have bulls. In the front left side here we're going to have the table tennis table, and then we're going to have a couple of picnic benches and the giant Jenga and anything else we can think that people might want to have a play with if it's too hot in the sun or raining.
We've just delivered the table tennis table, and we're just going to have a go at Boo on the new court. He has the equipment and the hat.
Big ball, little ball. Little ball.
Ooh, disappeared nicely. Okay. And the verdict is?
I'm rubbish at ball.
I think we need some finer gravel.
I think we do, yeah. Finer gravel and some sand on top, perhaps.
Yeah, and we need to paint the little ball a bright colour because it disappears.
Yeah.
This is the glamping field. So that's where the septic tank was put in, the micro station. We've dumped a load of soil there ready to make a flower bed. And it's all empty apart from what we're doing here.
So we cleared this off the other day with a digger.
How big is that?
It's 6 metres by 10 metres. And it's for the pagoda tent, which is 4 metres by 8 metres. So the idea is we have a metre around the edge of it for guy ropes and things, so we don't have to swim around the edge of the tent. So we're just getting ready now to put the matting down, and then we can put gravel on top of it. Let's just try and keep the weeds and grass at bay. Well, there we go. That's all the matting down. All we need now is a few tons of gravel. A little hitch I made for the tractor and the trailer, and the idea is that when B pulls the lever, that will go up and lift the front of the trailer up like so, which gives us a little bit of tip on the trailer to help us offload the gravel. And B drives forward and whoa, hold it there. And I pull it off the back with the reiki thing.
We're up in the glamping field and Mark's just moving this soil into an oval shape. It's surrounding the tank. So the micro station that was put in has got some concrete lids on it. It's a huge, huge tank. We dropped soil around the perimeter, which came out from the footings of the main tent we're putting up here. We just scraped off the grass in the first few inches, so this is the soil from that. And I'm going to put some wildflower seeds into it and a few sunflowers and just make it a pretty area in the centre of the field, and it will just keep people away from those concrete lids. They're not secured in any way. We don't understand why the French don't have a system where it's more secure. It's literally just a circle of concrete put on the top of each opening. There we have the flower garden all set up. It's got the wire fence around it to stop deer coming in and eating everything, and it's protecting the top of the tank. We've got seed in there for wildflowers, as well as teasels, sunflowers, anything else I could find to go in there, so it should look pretty once it's grown up and starts flowering in the summer.
So, we're up at the glamping field again, and we've had a slight change of plan. The cost of putting concrete footings down, or concrete bases down for all these tents and cabins it's gone through the roof. It's not just the cost of the concrete now, it's a pump to pump it. It's a gravel road to get the lorry to the areas, and it's just gone absolutely through the roof. We can't afford it, basically. So we've decided to put down timber decks. We have a pile of timber here, ready to go, but it does mean that the shuttering I put in the other week, we've now got to take out again. So we put the decking in its place. So they're going to do that. So we've got the framework for the deck down, for the base, for the cabin, and we're now about to put the boards on top, which is 22mm waterproof floor boards. So just going to nail the first one in place, and then we can butt all the others up and get it all nailed down good and tight. Day 2, it's 7 o'clock. No, we're still working on the same day, and we're now starting to put the cabin up. So the base is all in place, floor's down, and we're now starting to construct the cabin. That's all lap and tongue and groove, so it's really easy construction, just slot it all together. So it's 8:20, and the cabin is erected. A few minor little issues, but on the whole pretty straightforward. A few little bits left to do, fascia boards front and back, roof sheets on, doors hung, and that's pretty much done really. At 8:20, I think it's time to call it a day. Day 2, base number 2. What is it? Wash, rinse, repeat. Here we go again.
This is the first cabin we put up, and when we put it up we realised we haven't got enough height inside at the centre to get our shower units in. So we're going to have a central wall through the middle. So it's going to be 2 shower rooms basically. So a cabin shower there, and and toilet and sink, and the double doors will be working independently, one for each side. So each side will have a window and a window in the door, so it'll be light, and there'll be a solid roof on it. But Mark didn't like the height of the door because he will hit his head as he walks in, and trying to source a sort of cabin style, you know, a full shower unit that would fit in there. It's quite difficult. We'd have to have one in separate pieces and have curtains and things like that, which we don't want to do. We want an actual enclosure, solid enclosure on the shower. So anyway, that's the first one. That's how far we got, and we had a bit of a discussion about that. This is the second one that we were putting up yesterday. So we've spent a day and a half on these two cabins. We put it on a plinth, so it's got extra height to it, and we got it as far as not quite putting the roof on, so to the same point as the other cabin, with the extra height in the plinth at the bottom. Makes the doorway high enough to just walk in, you're not going to catch your head. We've got enough height for the shower units to go in. That's going to work very well. So we ran out of time yesterday. We were working until 7 o'clock on that last night from first thing in the morning. So quite pleased that we got that far, but we are now going to have to do something with the first cabin. We have 2 hours of noisy time. I'm just going to swivel you around. Here's the first cabin. Today we're going to try and lift it.
So we come to the conclusion that the cabin is too low. We need 2 meters underneath this to get our shower in, and it's 1 meter 85. So we're a bit stuck. So what we've decided to do, the other reason is that the door frame is a little low for my liking. But anyway, what we decided to do is raise the thing by 15 centimetres. So I've cut timbers to put underneath, notched them all like the cabin's notched, and now I'm just raising the cabin. And once I've raised the cabin by just over 15 centimetres, I'm going to put this joist in the end here. Do the same on the other side. Raise that, put a joist in. Then once that's up, I should be able to just put the front and back timbers in place. Fingers crossed. It's 9 o'clock, the sun is going down. We've got one cabin up over there with its extended base underneath it. And we have a cabin here with its extended base underneath it and half the roof on, and completely painted. So we've actually had a pretty good couple of days. We've got one more to go in over there, and Barbara and I have had enough and are going to go and have something to eat.